What's up, Rich Squad? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Dominic Rich with another live stream. Day 8 of the UEFA Nations League. The first ever UEFA Nations League and day of live streams in October. And I really appreciate everyone who take the time out of their busy lives or not so busy lives to check out my live stream. But we are back to discuss all the matches which was played today in the UEFA Nations League, and maybe after we discuss some other games which was played around the world in international football. But the main focus is the UEFA Nations League, so don't forget that. So we have your opinion don't mean shit up in here. Orange Broom, Omar M, It's Irfan is up in here. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to the channel. And I'll just wait around a bit so I could get a few more people in here before we start today's live stream action. Perky15 says, hello from Croatia. What's up, man? Brian Hinojosa. What's up, man? Says, why black screen? The screen black? Amir too, man. What's up, Amir? Guys, are you seeing me properly? Let me know what's going on. Brian said, black screen. What black screen? I'm like, all right, you guys are seeing me. What's up, man? Nicola Godek. Thomas Vlatko, man. Hello from Sydney. Hello from New York to everyone in here right now. What's up? So Orange Broom said I could hear everything because they played on the stadium next to my house. So they played in Rijeka, and you live in Rijeka. Yeah, man, that game was oh my God. I don't know where to start, man. I don't know where to start. Yusin Hersig 12. What up? What's up? Persian Predicts is up in here. Hi. All right, guys, we have 15 people up in here. And 15 of you, make sure you hit the like button right now. Turn on your notifications if you haven't yet done so. And let's start. Let's start, man. E. Bradley is up in here, man. Hi, how are you? Welcome back. Let's start with the games. And we will start with the League A Group 4 fixture between Croatia and England. I actually made a video about that just after the game was over. And I am actually getting into the habit of actually reviewing at least one match before I go live. And if the matches are played earlier and I see the games, I actually might do a review of that game as well. So I get, enough coverage of the games out there. But let's start with the England-Croatia matches. This is the 9th meeting between these two teams. I think England has won 4 of those fixtures, with Croatia winning 3. And we have, let me double check that stat. And we have 2 games now ended in a draw. Yes, England 4 wins, Croatia 3, and 2 games ended in a draw. And these teams met at the 2018 World Cup. So, it didn't live up to the hype, man. It didn't live up to the hype at all. Croatia defeated England in that game, got to the final of the World Cup, played France. England got defeated by Belgium in the 3rd place match, and now they met again today, and it finished in a stalemate, a 0-0 stalemate. Mark Pacelli, what's up, man? Croatia Monster is up in here. What's up? Ricky Grimshaw, hi, everyone. Gamma is up in here. But that game, man, guys, I wrote down everything. You see my match, I wrote down everything. I got these pieces of paper from work and everything, so I write the games down on them. For England, man, they changed up their formation today. Southgate did something a little bit different. And I think he was a bit more conservative today than usual. 4 at the back, with Kyle Walker playing right back, Stones, Maguire, and Chilwell at the back. Henderson, Barkley, and that guy, what's his name? Dyer in the midfield. Not much creativity in the midfield right there, with Harry Kane, Sterling, Rashford up top, man. England should have won this game. They really should have won this game. Even though Croatia had a few good chances, Andrej Kramaric failed to hit his shots properly. Perisic, really good shot off at goal, saved by Pickford. But all in all, England, man, they should have won this game. Easy, I'm telling you. Eric Dyer's shot hit the far post from a corner. Then Harry Kane, his shot, his header hit the crossbar. And I thought Croatia was really lucky that those balls didn't go in at all, because at that point in time in the game, England was actually playing better. They had more the possession. They created the better chances. And it seems like Croatia, they were playing for a draw. And if they win, they will come. They will take the win, but I think they will be very, very happy with this draw. Marcus Rashford, man, those two chances he had set up by Raheem Sterling, I think both times, he should have scored. He should have scored. And a lot of times we say that Rashford deserved more chance for Manchester United and all, and he's not being treated properly. But come on, man. He had his chance for redemption right there. England should have won this game by at least 3 goals. 3 goals. Croatia should have been embarrassed again. I'm being completely unbiased here. Rashford should have scored those 2 chances. But you have to give the goalkeeper credit. He made the saves. And that's what counts. Both teams have to end up sharing 1 point. I think they will be happy with it. Spain already running away with this group. England or Croatia could still come back and win this group, but right about now, it's not looking likely at all. With only 3 teams in the group, 4 matches each team, it's not looking, they're already halfway through. It's not looking likely at all for either of these teams to top the group. It's a matter of who is going to get relegated to League B. I think with Croatia, I said in the video, if they get relegated to League B, it might actually work in their favor, because the fact that they are developing, and after the World Cup and everything for Euro 2020, they would actually play amongst teams, on par with their level. But England, England, they want to be with the top dogs. They think they are top dog as well. So they want to actually be up there playing amongst the Frances, Germany, Spain's, etc. So it might not be a bad thing for Croatia at all. But all in all, I think it was a poor performance by Croatia and by England as well, because they should have put away their chances, and Croatia should have put away theirs as well. And they should not have let England in on goal so many times. So that's my thoughts on that game. 0-0 it ended. Croatia still bottom of the group, England second, and Spain on top. We will see Spain taking on England on Monday. That will be a match to look forward to. We wouldn't see Jordan Henderson nor Eric Dyer in that game. They picked up second yellow cards in those games and will miss the fixture. Croatia, they will play Jordan. Yes, Jordan at home. We will see a crowd in that game. It will also be played at the Rijeka Stadium, and I think they would have played better if they had a crowd. They would have had cheering from all the fans from the various clubs around Croatia. The people would have came out in their numbers and fill up that small stadium to capacity, and they may have put on a better performance. So what are you guys saying in the chat right now? Okay, Brian says it's between Croatia and England to get relegated. Yes. Livakovic, Dinamo Zagreb player. Yes, he is, and he did well today. Then Kisely Krastovac. What do you think? Who do you think will win the Ballon d'Or? I do think Luka Modric will win it. A lot of people don't think he will. He deserves to win it, but come on, man. We need to break that whole Messi, Ronaldo streak that's been going on so far with the Ballon d'Or for the past 10 years. But let's move on to the other fixture. Another League A fixture between Belgium and Switzerland. The game ended 2-1 to Belgium. I did say that yesterday. Didn't I predict a 2-1 scoreline? I think I did predict a 2-1 scoreline. The football nerd said boring game. Yes, was a boring game between Croatia and England, I must say. But Belgium defeated Switzerland 2-1 to go top of the table in Group 2 of League A after they defeated Iceland 3-0 on their first match day. Switzerland, they defeated Iceland 6-0, but they have to settle for no points today. We had a brace by Romelu Lukaku scoring in the 58th minute, but Mario Gavranovic, the Dinamo Zagreb player, equalized for Switzerland. But Lukaku, man, all-time leading goal scorer for Belgium, putting them back ahead, and they held on for the win. Hazard was really good in this game as well. This guy's on fire. Hazard also one of the top contenders for the Ballon d'Or, along with Kylian Mbappe, Lionel Messi. I don't think Ronaldo will win it. Ronaldo will not win it. He's out of the question this time around, simply because of all the current scandal he's going through, and he would not win it. That's just what I think. Prime time is up in here. What's up, prime time, man? What's up? So after that, obviously, Belgium, they're on top of the table, and they were the favorites to advance to the finals. I did predict them to advance to the finals. Switzerland second, Iceland third. But Iceland, I don't think that Iceland are out of it yet in terms of, placing second, because that 2-2 draw versus France and Gylfi Sigurdsson coming back in form, that, maybe the Iceland team is beginning to click again. So we really can't call that one as yet. So let me check something real quick to see who would actually, let me see. Belgium, I'm not too sure who will play each other in the next fixture, but I'm trying to find that out right now. But I know Iceland will definitely play. I don't know if it's against Belgium or if it's against Switzerland. So Sakara is up in here, man. What's up, man? Welcome back to the stream. Really appreciate you joining in. Okay. So I got the info here. Iceland will host Switzerland for the return leg of that clash. And that would be it for that group until November, where Belgium will host Iceland and Switzerland will host Belgium. So after, I already summed up that group. Belgium at the top, Switzerland second, Iceland third. I did predict Iceland to get relegated from that group, and it's looking like it might happen. Looking like it definitely might happen. We have Betel Kebede up in here. Terpeme ZG is up in here. What's up, man? Everyone who joined the live stream, really, really appreciate it. Okay, we're going to move on to the next matches in League B. Guys, if you haven't smashed the thumbs up button, make sure you do so. And if your notification bell isn't clicked, click it, or else you wouldn't get my videos whenever I put them out. So we only had one single game today in League B, and it was between Austria and the Northern Ireland. The other team in that group is Bosnia and Herzegovina, who defeated both Austria and Northern Ireland in September. So this is a Group 3 fixture in League B, and Austria came out the winners 1-0 versus Northern Ireland, as I predicted yesterday. And quite a few of us also predicted the scoreline. Well, not the scoreline, but the result. Whoever predicted that Northern Ireland would have won this game, well, better luck next time. But we had a 71st minute goal by the West Ham United man, Marko Arnautovic, coming trumps for his home country, and Austria back there. I think this is their first 3 points of, yes, if I'm not mistaken, of this competition. They actually played, let me double check that. There's so many games, 55 teams, guys. It's so hard to keep track of all these games. But Austria did lose to Bosnia and Herzegovina. Yes, I think this is their second game, definitely. Let me not doubt myself. This is their second game. Bosnia played 2 games, while both Northern Ireland and Austria played once in September. So Bosnia on top of that group, Austria second, and Northern Ireland doomed for relegation like I predicted. So let's move on to League C. I will talk about, the league table and stuff maybe if I remember afterwards. But let's move on to the League C games. We have Estonia versus Finland. Guys, yesterday we were actually talking about this fixture. We're talking about Finland, and Advenko and I was actually arguing a little argument about where Pukki plays. And I said he plays in England for Norwich. He said he plays somewhere else. But I was right. He does plays for Norwich. And the man, Timo Pukki, came up big today again, scoring in extra time for Finland to give them a 1-0 victory over Estonia to win all 3 of their matches so far in the UEFA Nations League. So it seems like Finland are destined to go up into League B. I did think I predicted Finland to actually top this group. This is Group 2. I do think I predicted them, but Pukki, I think, has now scored in all 3 games, if I'm not mistaken, and it's a big win for them. Big win for them. There was also fixtures from this exact group today between Greece and Hungary. And I think Greece, I'm not at the match yet, but recalling from the highlights, Greece did defeat Hungary against my prediction. I actually made a controversial prediction that Greece would lose at home to Hungary, but they actually held on for the 1-0 win, courtesy of a Kostas Mitroglou goal in the 65th minute. So good stuff for Greece, save themselves from embarrassment after, losing in September when they should have. So let me do a recap of that group, which is Group 2 of League C. We should have Finland on top of the group with 9 points, Greece second with 6 points, and Hungary, I think, should be third in that group. But let me take a quick look at the table. So, okay, League C. Yes, Hungary third and Estonia at the bottom. Lost all 3 matches. So it seems like Estonia are destined to be relegated to League D at the bottom of the UEFA Nations League pile. And Greece and Finland are scrapping it out for the promotion spot. Who do you guys think will be promoted from that group? Finland or Greece? Or do you guys think Hungary can fight back? But 3 points with 3 matches left, maximum of 12 points with Finland already on 9. I think it's between Finland and Greece. And it looks like Finland will take it. Brian Hinojosa says Greece, but I do think Finland will take it. The Scandinavian team looks like they're on the up, and they have never qualified for the World Cup. And if they continue playing like this, we will see them at Euro 2020. We will see them at the 2022 World Cup in Qatar. And guys, I don't know if you know, Qatar defeated Ecuador today. I think it was a 4-3 scoreline. Like, wow, do you believe it? And Qatar will actually be playing in the Copa America next season. So we could see Ecuador versus Qatar again for the second leg of that matchup. So awesome stuff by Qatar, man. Awesome stuff. So Turpinman said they both have unlearnable languages, Greece and Finland. Finnish and Greek. Yes, pretty hard languages, man. Definitely, I do agree with you. Ricky Grimshaw is up in here. What's up, Ricky? Welcome back to the stream. So, guys, let's move on to the next fixture, which I think we are now in League D. We're now in League D, and we have fixtures between Moldova and San Marino. I actually predicted Moldova to defeat San Marino, and I think most of us yesterday, we did that also. And I wouldn't go into that too much right now because, come on. But anyways, I will go into it because who knows? Maybe there's somebody from Moldova who's going to watch the video and, they want to hear the details. They just want to hear me talk about their country. Moldova scored in the 31st minute through Radu Ginsari, and he also scored in the 67th minute to defeat the European minnows San Marino. So San Marino, will they even pick up a point in this competition? Maybe not. Maybe not. It's not looking like it. But big win for Moldova. Really big win. We also have Belarus defeating Luxembourg. Guys, could you remember if I predicted Belarus to defeat Luxembourg? I know I predicted Belarus to advance from this group, but I can't remember if I actually predicted them to defeat Luxembourg yesterday, or did I predict a draw? I can't remember, but I am sticking to Belarus advancing. We had a goal by Anton Soroka in the 43rd minute, and I think that was a freak goal. The goalkeeper came out, hit down the ball, and left his goal open, and Soroka just hit it in, and the defender failed to clear, from my recollection. I might be wrong, but there's so many games, guys. It's so hard to keep track of exactly what's going on, but I think I'm right with that one. So, at the end of those fixtures, let me do a quick recap of what the standings look like. Let me start from those completed games in League D, and then I will move on. So, Belarus, Group 2. There were Group 2 fixtures played today. Belarus on top the group with 7 points after 3 matches, 2 wins and 1 draw, still unbeaten. Luxembourg, 6 points, 2 wins and a loss. Moldova third, 4 points. And San Marino at the bottom, 0 points. It could still go 3 ways between Belarus, Luxembourg, Moldova. Halfway through the tournament, guys, who do you think will top this group? Belarus, Luxembourg, or Moldova? Let me know your answer in the chat right now before I move on. In the other group, in the other league, League D, groups, we have Macedonia yet to play. They will play tomorrow, though. They're on top of the group with 6 points. Armenia second with 3 points. Liechtenstein on 3 points. And Gibraltar, also one of the minnows at the bottom of the group. But I'm not going to go over those standings, though. I want to do predictions for tomorrow's matches after I'm done talking about, the games, the tables from the games involved today. Okay. Group 2, League C, Finland, 9 points. Greece, 6 points. Hungary, 3 points. Estonia at the bottom, still without a point. So that was the action today from League C. We had the League B game between Austria and Northern Ireland. As I said, Bosnia, they on top the group with 6 points, and then Northern Ireland, they're at the bottom without a point. Austria in the middle. We will see a fixture between Bosnia and Northern Ireland in October, coming on the 15th of October. So I will talk about that on a next live stream, but we are far from the 15th, so I wouldn't talk too much about that right now. So Dean Buracic says, hi, man. Hi, how are you? Welcome back to the stream. El Matador is up in here as well. We have Rashid Tahari up in here. Thank you for all my mods who has, joined the live stream today. You know who you are, Unanimous Legend. Thank you very much for coming back. Guys, I really appreciate you joining the stream, man. If you haven't smashed the thumbs up button for the video, make sure you do it right now. Turn on your notification bells. Okay, last but not least, for the recap before I go into tomorrow's predictions, we have the League A matches. Belgium on top of Group 2, 6 points, 2 and 2, 2 wins and 2. Switzerland, second, 3 points, 1 win and a loss. And Iceland at the bottom, 2 losses in 2 games. In the Group 4, we have Spain on top, 6 points. Croatia at the bottom, 1 point. And England second, 1 point. I should have actually said England before Croatia, but what the heck. I'm human. So that rounds up today's fixtures in the UEFA Nations League, the inaugural UEFA Nations League, which has been, coming under a lot of criticism by some players saying it's too much football. But if the UEFA Nations League wasn't playing, there still would have been international games. There still would have been, qualifiers for Euro 2020. So why are people complaining? I don't get it. Why is Jurgen Klopp calling it senseless? Why is Thomas Meunier complaining? If you have a problem, just withdraw. Simple. Withdraw from the team, the national team. You know what I'm saying? It's that simple. I don't know why players are actually bitching about this, why managers are bitching about it. That's why you have a squad of 20-something players. If a player is injured or fatigued, switch him. It's that simple. It's just like, come on. Come on. Give me a break. But Saturday, the 13th of October matches. Let's talk about those games before I go into a bit of a Q&A. I want to run through this because I don't want to make the live stream too long. I want to actually get some Q&A in today. So let's start from League A. Netherlands versus Germany. Guys, what are your predictions? Netherlands versus Germany. As we all know, Germany, they drew versus France, and I think Germany did, what was the other fixture? France defeated the Netherlands. Those were the two fixtures played in this group. Netherlands looking okay, but they're still a rebuilding team. Germany, very cautious, I think. They're very, very cautious right now after flopping at the 2018 World Cup. And I do think they are the favorites to defeat Germany. Netherlands. I do think they are the favorites to defeat Netherlands. But this Netherlands team, you cannot underestimate them whatsoever. They have a lot of good young players, and they could definitely spring a shock on Germany, who I think will be without Marco Reus, who was in very good form, picked up a niggle, a small injury, not his usual injury that keeps him out for a long time. But the game could actually end in a draw. I see some of you guys are actually predicting a draw. It could actually end in a draw because Thomas Muller has been, misfiring for quite a while. Neuer doesn't look like the rock he was a few years ago, like let's say before his injury. Leroy Sané, so for Germany, It could end in a draw. It could end in a draw. But you know what? It would be brave of me to say a shock win for Netherlands at home. For real. It would be really brave for me to say that. But I'm actually gonna go for a Germany win though. For real. I'm actually gonna back Germany to win this match. I'm gonna say a win for Germany. I am actually gonna Mochich 19. Hi from Split. Hello from New York, man. What's up? I'm gonna go for a Germany win for this fixture. As we all know, France, the other team in this group, leading the group on 4 points after 2 games. Then let's move on to League B. We only have one League A match tomorrow, and that will be the Netherlands versus Germany. That will be at 2:45. I will watch that game, and I will make a video if everything goes as planned about that specific game before I actually do tomorrow's live stream. The next big game, Slovakia versus the Czech Republic. Wow. What a freaking match. 2 countries that used to be one. I remember when I was little, I used to ask people, could you spell Czechoslovakia? Czechoslovakia. I used to be like, because I knew that country in the early 90s. It was in the news a lot in the 90s, early in the 90s. But they have now separated and they will meet in the Nations League. That's what I like about the Nations League, putting together Slovakia and the Czech Republic, putting together Montenegro and Serbia. It would have really been nice to see Northern Ireland and the Republic of Ireland come up against each other. That would have been an awesome clash. Who wouldn't want to see that? I would definitely want to see that clash. But Czech Republic and Slovakia in the group with Ukraine, and both teams lost to Ukraine in September. So they will be looking for points. 1 point each will be good for both managers, but it's hard to call. It's a really hard one to call, Czechoslovakia. I'm actually thinking that it's one country still, to be honest. But Slovakia, might be the favorites. You know, they have some big players, Marek Hamšík, you know, playing for their team. And I'm not going to try to remember the players playing for both teams right now, for real. I might get mixed up. But Ukraine on top of that group, I think I did predict Slovakia to qualify, you know, and get promoted to League A. But it seems like Andrei Shevchenko's Ukraine might be the team going through. So Czechoslovakia, who would win? I think it would be a draw. Czech Republic versus Slovakia. Who will win this game? What's your predictions, guys, for tomorrow's Group B fixture between Slovakia and the Czech Republic? So Advenko says 2-1. I'm going for a draw. Both teams to cancel each other out. I'm going for a draw because I wasn't really impressed with both teams in the September games at all. I'm going for a dull 0-0 draw. I don't know. Let me see what time this game is playing. I might be able to watch this. I will be watching this game at 9 p.m. tomorrow, 9 a.m. tomorrow in my time. I will be watching this game, and I do think it's going to end in a draw. So look out for the video, Slovakia versus Czech Republic tomorrow, you know, while I'm at work. I'll be at work at that time, but I'll watch it and I'll put out a short video. Let us move on. The Republic of Ireland versus Denmark. Wow, what a match. A repeat of that game, you know, the Euro playoffs for the 2018 World Cup. Ireland versus Denmark. The last time Denmark actually visited Ireland, it ended in a 5-1, right, guys? 5-1 win with a Christian Eriksen hat-trick. What are your predictions for this game, guys? What's your predictions? So the other team in this group, Group 4 of League B, is Wales. Gareth Bale's Wales. So Denmark has played one game, which they won versus Wales, and Wales defeated Ireland. Like, Wales really spanked Republic of Ireland 4-1. What's your prediction for this? Republic of Ireland versus Denmark. Auge Hairade's Denmark versus O'Neill's Ireland. I think we have two O'Neills managing both Irelands. What's the names again? Martin O'Neill and Michael O'Neill. Is that the names? Martin and Michael? Are they related? But they both are not doing a good job for both Ireland teams. I think they both need to get sacked and bring in, you know, more astute managers. So what are your predictions? Okay, Ricky Grimshaw says a 5-0 again for Denmark. Oh, man. That would be embarrassing. O'Neill might get sacked if they lose 5-0. So Mark Pacelli says Martin O'Neill is from Northern Ireland. Thank you. And I think, what's his name? What's the second one name? Is it Michael O'Neill or what? What's his name? Can't remember his name, but I know they're both O'Neills. A draw. Dean Burakcic is predicting a draw. Persian predicts Denmark. I'm actually going to back Denmark. They're a very good team, man. Very, very good team, especially when Christian Eriksen is playing. I'm going to back Denmark to win this game. I'm going to say a 3-1 victory for Denmark on the road. They will go 6 points, 2 wins, 2 games. Denmark will top this group easy, get promoted to League A where they belong. That's what I love about the UEFA Nations League, the whole promotion and relegation system. I love it. I really love it. So next time around, it's going to be different matchups. I really, really like that. But guys, Denmark. We all settling on Denmark here. Primetime says Denmark are a very dangerous outfit. I do agree with you. Mochich 19 says Denmark playing with 5 bakers and 6 YouTubers in first 11. That was actually the when they had their little fiasco with the board and all, and they went to Slovakia, I think, and actually put on a very good showing. So Denmark has depth. They're showing they have depth. So let's move on to League C, guys, where we have Norway playing the struggling Slovenia. I think Slovenia lost both their matches in September. And Norway actually won one and lost one, if I am not mistaken. Let me check back that. But we have them coming up against each other tomorrow. Norway versus that team that I just named. I forgot already. But anyways, League C. Let me find that. Norway versus Slovenia. Okay, so Slovenia lost 2-1 versus Bulgaria at home, and then they actually lost on the road to Cyprus. So, guys, my memory isn't that bad at all. And Norway defeated Cyprus and actually lost to Bulgaria. So we will see Norway coming up against Slovenia tomorrow. What's your predictions for that one? It's hard. It's a hard one, but Slovenia were without their goalkeeper. What's his name again? The Atletico Madrid man. The names are not coming to me right now, but Jan Oblak. They were without Jan Oblak. I don't know the goalkeeper who was in the goal, but he was just horrible, and they lost both games. And I'm not sure if Jan Oblak is in goal this time around. I don't know why he missed the matches in September. I really don't understand. So, did Oblak retire? Did Oblak retire? I am not sure about that. Let us take a look. Let us divert. Let us go off tangent a little. Jan Oblak, did he retire from the national team so young? I don't know. I am not sure. Okay, Jan Oblak. Let me check the Slovenian team. Well, it says he is still active. It says he is still active. He has 18 caps. He is not retired. So whoever said he retired, he did not retire. And he is not in the squad again. I don't know what's going on, but he is not in the squad. He's not in the squad. So Slovenia will definitely lose again tomorrow versus Norway. Let's just settle at that. They are destined to get relegated to League D. It's a sure thing now. Sure thing. Slovenia relegated. For sure. No doubts about that. But what are your predictions, guys? Norway or Slovenia? Okay. Also in this group in League C, we also have Bulgaria coming up against Cyprus. Both teams actually, well, Bulgaria actually won both their matches. So they're on top of Group 3 table, and Cyprus won one and lost one. So Bulgaria, they are the hot team. They're really hot in Group 3 of League C. I predicted Norway to get promoted, but it seems like Bulgaria, the team who was really, really good, I think, in the 1994 World Cup. Was it 94? They did really well. I think so. They seems like they're getting their form back together. Seems like it. So Bulgaria versus Cyprus. Cyprus is a very, very hard team to predict. Very, very gritty team. They defeated Norway in September, and this match could go any way. Any way this match could go. What are your predictions for this one? Bulgaria versus Cyprus. It will be a home match for Bulgaria. What are your thoughts? Dean Burakcic, Bulgaria 2, Cyprus 1. Mark Pacelli, Football Pharaoh is streaming in a half hour. He said it on Twitter. Yes, just after I'm finished, Football Pharaoh will stream. He will stream. We actually, had miscommunication yesterday. We're not supposed to be streaming at the same time because, some of you guys want to watch his, some of you want to watch mine as well. So we shouldn't be streaming at the same time. So we all agreeing. Well, we're not agreeing because I didn't give my predictions yet. But we have Bulgaria 3, Cyprus 1. The football nerd, Vladimir Putin, is up in here. What's up? Could you guys believe the president of Russia is in here? Wow. Bulgaria 3, 1 to Cyprus. Betel said Cyprus 3, Bulgaria 2. A very high scoring match. Well, I don't know. CR7 Golazo is up in here. He says Portugal has loads of good young talent. Yes, Portugal has very good talent. A lot of the, talent come out of the Portuguese league. Guys like Andre Silva, Gonzalo Guedes. I'm really glad they didn't play him versus Poland yesterday. They would have lost that game. This guy is freaking wasteful, I'm telling you. He has some developing to do. Andre Silva has developed very, very nicely after going to AC Milan, then going to, Sevilla, who are currently on top of the La Liga table. Pretty awesome stuff by Sevilla right there. But I'm going to go for a win for Bulgaria. I think they're going to go 3-3, and it seems like they will top this table, top this group, and move on to League B. Let's move on to League D, guys. League D. Let's run through these League D fixtures. I don't want to go too in-depth with them, but we have Latvia coming up versus Kazakhstan. With these League D teams, the games could go anyway. Latvia versus Kazakhstan. What's your predictions, guys? Latvia or Kazakhstan? I'm actually going to go for a draw with this one. A 1-1 draw. What are your predictions? Latvia or Kazakhstan? Take your picks before I move on. No one is interested in this one. Okay. Georgia versus Andorra. All right, we have Kazakhstan coming. Okay, it's coming in now. It's coming in. You have a Latvia wins. 1-1, 2-1 to Latvia. 1-0 to Kazakhstan. Latvia. Okay, is Borat going to play for Kazakhstan? Good one. I think he just might suit up and turn up. So I'm actually going for a draw with this one. Ricky Grimshaw says Borat to score a bicycle kick. That movie really put Kazakhstan on the map, though. It really did. And a lot of people still don't know where Kazakhstan is, and they don't know anything about Kazakhstan at all. I know Kazakhstan, they have the same leader since they became a nation back in the early 90s after the Soviet Union broke up. They have the same leader. So that's crazy. But they are a developing nation football-wise as well. Kazakhstan was actually the host of my alternate World Cup where all the teams who didn't qualify actually made it to that World Cup. It was a concept video. Kazakhstan was the host. Let's move on. Georgia versus Andorra. Georgia doing really well in that group, and they should defeat Andorra, who is not doing too bad themselves at all. But I don't want to go too much into the League D game. So Georgia, I'm predicting to defeat Andorra. Let me say 3-1. Let's move on. Armenia versus Gibraltar. Armenia should win this game. If they allow Gibraltar to scrape a draw or a shock win, they deserve to stay right where they belong in League D. They should win this game. Definitely should win it. And Macedonia versus Liechtenstein. I'm going for a win for Macedonia, who has been doing really, really well. They should be promoted to League C. Yes, C. But tomorrow we will get more in-depth in these leagues and the standings and all, but I don't want to waste too much time on these League D fixtures today. I will go in-depth tomorrow. But guys, in 44 minutes, that rounds up day 8 of the UEFA Nations League recap, and we will now go into a bit of a Q&A session right now. Actually, guys, Football Pharaoh tweeted me and he said that St. Vincent and the Grenadines defeated French Guiana yesterday. And I was like, wow, guys, I totally forgot that game was playing. I totally forgot USA was playing Colombia because I wanted to make a review of that match. I still could do a review, but it doesn't make any sense anymore. I actually like to do the reviews just after the game. The game was replaying today and all, and I just chose not to rewatch the match. Watch the replay of the game. But St. Vincent and the Grenadines, man, big victory for them versus French Guiana. The reason why the CONCACAF Nations League is actually going through qualifiers. I think they want to determine where each team will which league each team will play in. Imagine St. Vincent and the Grenadines doing really well in the qualifiers and, playing amongst strong teams. That will be good for the development of the football in the nation, though. And that's why I like these Nations Leagues tournaments. But Q&A, guys, Q&A. Let me actually, guys, I didn't actually look up that match or anything, but I should actually look it up. It's really noisy outside, man. Wow. Really noisy outside. St. Vincent and the Grenadines versus French Guyana. Okay, ESPN. Let me actually see what happened in that game. It was a 1-0 victory for St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and it was an away win. Pretty awesome stuff. Pretty awesome. Tanis, are you happy for St. Vincent and the Grenadines? Do you know that St. Lucia's biggest defeat, I think, the biggest international defeat came versus St. Vincent and the Grenadines? It was actually an 8-0 loss. So, good stuff. But guys, let's do a bit of a Q&A right now. Thank you very much, man. Everyone who's saying congrats to St. Vincent and the Grenadines right now. Let's go into a bit of a Q&A. Who has the first question for your boy? You said no questions. The questions will be pouring in just now. It's good to have patience. The questions should be pouring in. Did anybody ask any questions earlier? Football Pharaoh is up in here, man. What's up? I didn't realize you were up in here. He says that's a big win. French Guyana are a decent team. Yes, they are. That's a big win. A 1-0 victory after coming back from that embarrassing loss to El Salvador. I actually met an El Salvadoran, well, not met him. There's an El Salvadoran guy at my job, and I asked him if he knew anything about that match, and he says he had no idea they were actually playing. I was like, okay. Anyways, okay, questions are here. We have Dean Burakcic asked, your favorite Man City player? I like Leroy Sané, but more and more, Bernardo Silva is turning into a very, 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 very good player. Most appearances for City last season, and with Kevin De Bruyne's absence, he has filled it really, really well. And you see that goal he scored for Portugal yesterday? Awesome. Brilliant individual goal. Made me feel so proud. City player. I love when the City players are doing well. The Dinamo Zagreb players are doing well. Makes me feel good. So, questions. All right, Football Pharaoh has a question. Who can beat a dark horse in Euro 2020? Well, a dark horse is a team who no one expects to perform well and shows up and does brilliantly. A dark horse, judging from recent results, first of all, the team has to qualify for Euro 2020. So you got to pick a team who are going to qualify for Euro 2020. And my pick right now could actually be Finland. Finland look like a team in 2 years' time, they could develop into dark horse potential. The way they are playing right now in the Nations League, winning 3-3, and the fact that they have never qualified for the World Cup. And I'm not too sure right now about the Euro qualification, but I know they haven't done anything great. It could be their time. So that's my answer to that question. Advenko asked, what is your favorite delicacy? Well, I don't think I eat too many like delicacies and stuff, but if you want to talk delicacy, well, it has to be an island delicacy, something that we cook at home. It would be like breadfruit with the codfish, breadfruit and saltfish. That's a delicacy. Tennessee wants some breadfruit and saltfish right now. I know she does. But I'll say breadfruit and saltfish, man, a local island delicacy. You can't get it anywhere in the world. It's very rare. The breadfruit roasted. And, the saltfish cooked up Vinci style with the fresh vegetables and everything. You can't get it anywhere else. That's one of my favorite delicacies. Okay, so the questions pouring in. Let me see if I could find the questions. Okay, I don't want to miss any of your questions. All right, Persian predicts your favorite St. Vincent player. Well, the players on that team change up a lot, guys. The players change up a lot. I can't keep track of what's going on, but there's a young player by the name of Alex Anderson. He used to play for Seattle Sounders, and I recently discovered that he is no longer a part of that team. I don't know what happened. I'm not sure. Maybe I have to try to get in contact with him and find out why he's not playing for the Seattle Sounders anymore. But, and I think I actually used him once in FIFA 16. I found him in career mode. And then when I played FIFA 17, I was looking for him again, and I couldn't find him. And that explains why I couldn't find him. He was no longer part of Seattle Sounders. So I'll go for Alex Anderson, favorite Vincentian player. He actually scored when the USA and St. Vincent met in the World Cup qualifiers. He scored. He actually opened the scoring in that match, celebrated like a wild man, and St. Vincent went on to lose the game 6-1, I think. So I hope that answers your question. Ricky Grimshaw, should Greenland join CONCACAF or UEFA? Well, should they join CONCACAF or I think they should join UEFA, man. UEFA has an odd number of teams. If he joins UEFA, that will make a 56 team, and I think they should join UEFA. It would benefit them way more if they join UEFA and play in the Nations League amongst teams like, San Marino and Liechtenstein and, Gibraltar, where they belong. CONCACAF might not offer so much development because if you look at the teams in the Caribbean, there's a lot of minnows in the Caribbean. There's a lot of minnows in CONCACAF and not so many minnows in Europe. They have their minnows, but they're not bad as the minnows in the Caribbean. So I think Europe. They're far from the Caribbean. They're a bit closer to the European countries. They're in between, but I think they should join Europe. Okay, questions are probably pouring in. Let me catch up to the stream. Okay, CR7 Golazo. How do you feel about Kondogbia choosing Central African Republic over France? I actually just read that up. I think he actually played for France before, but the fact that there's so much competition in the midfield with players like Nzonzi, N'Golo Kante, Matuidi, Pogba. With Pogba and Kante in that team alone, like how is Kondogbia going to get a game? So I think he is making the right choice to go to play for Central African Republic. Big decision, but I do think it's the right choice. He's not getting any younger, and before you know it, he will be out of contention with 1 or 2 caps. I don't think he has over 5 caps for France, if he even has. And I think he has a cap or 2. But that's a big choice. He will get more opportunities if Central African Republic qualifies for the AFCON. He will get to play, and it's good. It's good. He get to actually have an international career, which he wouldn't have with France, with the amount of stars they have in their lineup. So, questions. All right, let me find them. All right, I'm scrolling up for questions. All right, I don't see any questions. Did I miss your question? If I miss your question, okay. At Venko, should more English players play abroad to help strengthen the national team? That's a great question, man. I do think it's important for English players to play abroad. And we see a lot of the younger players actually doing that, because you find the youngsters are not getting opportunities in the English Premier League. They have a few youngsters who are getting opportunities in some teams, but not the big teams. The big teams are not risking it with the youngsters at all. Like when you think about Man City, Phil Foden, English youngster. He gets a sub here and there. He gets to start a league cup game, but a big league fixture, he's not going to start. John Stones, not so young, but he developed at a young age, and he's a defender. We see defenders getting the opportunities a little bit more than forwards and the midfielders. You look at Jadon Sancho, who was part of Man City's club. He had to go to Borussia Dortmund in order to get opportunities. And look, he earned a call-up to the England national team. And if he was actually playing for City, he wouldn't have got a call-up. He wouldn't have got a cap so soon, because, you have Mahrez, you have Sterling, Bernardo, Sane, all these guys playing in the wing positions. He's not going to get the call-up. So it's a good thing. It's a really, really good thing. And I think more youngsters should actually follow their lead, and more of the older guys as well who are struggling to actually get into some of these top teams. But players would actually opt to go to play in the championship before they actually go abroad to play in Germany, to play in France, to play in Spain, or even Italy or Portugal, one of these other, even let's say the major league. But the thing is, I have a feeling that the English players are very lazy and they do not want to learn a new language. If you think about what I'm saying, players coming from other countries, they have to learn English when they play in England. They have to learn Spanish when they go to play in these, or learn the languages of those countries. But the English players seems like they think English is the universal language and they're going to stay in England. I'm not going to go elsewhere to learn a new language and play my football. I play right here. You know what? If I can't play for this big club in the Premier League, I'll go to the championship and still earn big money and still feel comfortable, still at home, see my family every week. That's the whole thinking, I think, behind that. That's just what I think. But the youngsters who don't have the families, who want to explore, who want opportunities, adventure, they go abroad to play. And I think more of them should actually do that. It would actually be lovely to see an English youngster playing for Real Madrid or Barcelona, or one of the, let's say a Sevilla, who would give him an opportunity more than a Barcelona or Real Madrid. Let's say a Monaco, a Lyon, a Marseille. Over to Italy, let's say a team like Torino. We saw Joe Hart went over there. We saw that guy, Ravel Morrison, playing at Lazio. You can count on your fingers, one hand, how many English players are playing abroad. It's just bad, Okay, move on to the next question. Let us see. Who got question? Advenko. Again, who do you think will win Bundesliga this season? Bayern is winning, looking weaker than usual. Bayern is going to win it. Not even need to go too much into that. Borussia Dortmund, they're only teasing us. Sevilla at the top of the La Liga table, only teasing us too. Dortmund, they are not winning. Bayern, they're going to bounce back. They're going to win it. Trust me what I said. Football Pharaoh, do you agree with that? They will bounce back and they will win the Bundesliga again. Diana Velikotrav, what do you think about Thierry Henry as the new coach of Monaco? Well, I didn't know it was announced, but that is awesome for him, man. Assistant coach at Belgium, and he actually had a few offers. Well, he was rumored to move to Aston Villa as the new coach, and now he is the new coach of Monaco. Good stuff. He's not proven, not yet tested, but with Monaco. That's a great team to start your coaching career, well, your managerial career, because if you look at it at, let's say, a FIFA 19 standpoint, let's say it's FIFA 19, you're a manager. Monaco is a beautiful team for you to start up with. You know, you have very young and talented players to work with. And come on, guys, Henry is a legend. He's a legend. And he is a Caribbean guy. Do you guys know that? Henry is from the Caribbean. I think he is from one of them French countries, I think he's from Guadeloupe. You know, so he is a Calypso boy. He's a Calypso boy. Guys, remember Calypso boys? It's coming. It's coming. I'm just, you know, I'm still working on some fine-tuning and everything, deciding whether to do career mode or ultimate team with the Calypso boys. But Calypso boys are coming. Henry, I think he could do something with this team, but they need to give him time. Leonardo Jardim did a really good job as a Monaco manager, winning a league on, you know, ahead of PSG. He did wonders with that club, you know, made a lot of money for that club as well, selling all those players getting sold, developed and sold. It's like a revolving door at Monaco. And I think it will continue to happen. But I think you can't be too hard on a manager at Monaco because you never really have any time with your best players, because by the time they do well, they're out the door. But Monaco didn't do well last season in the Champions League. They did great the season before, and they have not started well this season at all. So let's look forward to see what Henry will do with that team. Okay, so question. Dean Burakcic said, today I read that Juventus wants to sign Zielinski from Napoli. Well, you know, Juventus, the big sharks of Italy, and they're going to want to sign every best player from every club. So it's not a surprise. And not that Zielinski is the best player at Napoli, but he is one of their, you know, more informed players right about now. So questions. If I missed your questions, you could ask it again. We are now 1 hour and 2 minutes into the stream. I will stream until 1 hour and 15 minutes. So get your questions in if you want to hear what I actually think about your question. Okay. Bettel asks, who's a dog horse for the 2019 Copa America? Bettel, you got to put a question mark after your question for me to actually spot it, because there's a lot of things to actually read right now. So you got to put a question mark after the question. Dark horse in the Copa America. Brazil favorites to win. Argentina also favorites to win. Uruguay also favorites to win. The dark horse has to be someone who, as I said, not favorites to win, but, you know, pulls a shock win or something. It's a hard one. It's a really, really hard one. Bolivia, Venezuela, Ecuador, Paraguay. It has to be one of those teams. Colombia. It could be Colombia. It could be Colombia. I'm going to have to go for Colombia. Not favorites to win it, but they actually can with the talent that they have. So I'm going to actually go for Colombia with that one. So also, yes, Peru. Peru also could be a dark horse. Thank you very much, Persian Predicts, for that one. But I'm actually going to go for Colombia with that one. Okay. So Primetime says Juventus are pulling a buy-in, buying all the players from rival teams. You got that right. You got that right. And the thing is, the rival teams, well, I don't know. In Italy, it's different, you know. They do a lot of loans. They put money onto the loans and all of that. They do swap deals and all of that. So it's dissimilar to other countries. For example, like in England, Man City don't want to sell to Man United, you know. Liverpool don't want to sell to Man United and so forth. You know, you don't want to sell to your rivals. But in Italy, it happens. It definitely happens. Okay. Where are the questions, fellas? You could ask non-footballing questions as well. Don't forget that. You could ask non-footballing questions if you want. And if you're in here and you haven't smashed the thumbs up button, please do so. Let's get this video to 50 thumbs up before the live stream ends, if that is even possible. Okay, we have another great question here. Advenko, Advenko, I really appreciate you asking these brilliant questions, keeping the live stream flowing. I really thank you. But he has a great question here. Will Dinamo go undefeated for the whole season? I have been thinking about that. When we say the whole season, we're talking about within Croatia. They have lost to Young Boys, in the Champions League qualifiers. So I don't know if that counts. I don't know. It should count. It should count. But let's just say in their normal season, they will lose. They will lose eventually in Europe. They will lose eventually, unless they win the whole thing unbeaten, unless they become Europa League champs. And I think Dinamo has never got out of the group in any competition. So this is going to be a monumental year for them. They already 2 wins in 2 in the Europa League. They should make it to the round of 32, but that is where it's going to get tricky. Will they actually meet a team who are coming down from the Champions League, or will they meet a Chelsea, or an Arsenal? That will be a tricky one. But in the Croatian League, the Croatian Cup, Dinamo, after 10 rounds, they are unbeaten. They can have an invincible season. It's quite possible. It is quite possible. So Bethel asks, what restaurant has the best fries? Well, to be honest, the best fries, I might say TGI Fridays. They have some really good fries over there. TGI Fridays have some really good fries. I'm talking about the popular restaurant chains. I don't eat at Burger King. Wendy's, McDonald's. I like McDonald's fries, but I'm going to have to go for TGI Fridays. Their fries are really good. You should try some. But questions. That's a non-football question. I like that. Will Douglas Costa's football career be in jeopardy after the spitting incident? No, I don't think so. I don't think so at all. I think Douglas Costa has reasons why he spat in that game. I actually saw that match. I think that was Juventus versus Sassuolo. That was when Ronaldo scored his first goal for Juventus. I actually was so hyped that I ended the game before it actually, I ended the stream just after the whistle blew to make the video. And then that is when the whole Douglas Costa thing happened. But I think he paid a fine, and he'll be fine. He'll be fine. Worse things has happened on the football field, and the players committing the acts are still there. So a little spitting gonna hurt nobody. That's just what I think. Okay. Guys, you know what I'm also thinking about doing? I'm thinking about doing a weekly live stream to just talk about some of the hot topics, some of the controversial stuff that's going on in football, just to sit down and chat with you guys about it, and just to go in depth, not to be under any pressure, with the camera and editing, just to go in depth and just look up some news and talk about it, and you guys will share some really interesting stories, and we can also talk about it. I'll give you my thoughts and opinions as well. So Ricky Grimshaw has a question here. Warrington Wolves or Wigan Warriors? I don't know anything about those teams. I can't give my answer. I don't know, man. When it comes to sports, guys, I'm closed. It's cricket and it's football. That's all I really pay attention to. But the other sports really don't pay no mind to them at all. What's your favorite ice cream flavor? Right now in my life, it's chocolate. Chocolate ice cream. It's lovely. And it has to be Häagen-Dazs. Haagen-Dazs. I hope I'm saying the name right. Do you guys know about that ice cream brand? It's awesome. It's expensive, but it's really, really good. It's really, really good. Did you hear Modric was in trouble last month because of perjury in court? I actually heard about something with him about the taxes and him getting a suspended prison, sentence in Spain. They don't have to serve those, but I never heard about the perjury thing at all. Mark Pacelli says, mine is mint chocolate chip. I used to like mint ice cream when I was younger, but I don't like the fact that the chocolate chips get really hard in ice cream, so it's not my favorite thing, the mint chocolate chip. I rather just the chocolate ice cream by itself. So Football Pharaoh says mint chocolate chip as well. So mint chocolate chip. Bethel says, what's your favorite country that you have visited? That's a good one. Favorite country that I have visited. That one is hard, but I'll have to say it's Canada. It was the first country I ever visited officially. Well, I had to go through Barbados to get to Canada back in the day. But Canada has to be, Canada. I have fond memories of Canada. My first ever trip was to Canada. It was awesome, man. I didn't know that the sun stayed up until after 9 in the summer. And I was like, what's going on here? This is amazing, This is quite amazing. It was mind-blowing to me. And that was around the time when Pokemon was really, really hot. Well, it's still hot, but I was young and we were into Pokemon. And I actually went to Canada and I was picking up Pokemon cards off the ground. And I was like, why? Why are they throwing them away? And I really want them. So I'll say Canada. I will say Canada. Okay. So questions. Any more questions? I'm looking for them right now. Was Kane offside? Still haven't watched the highlights. Anto Kines. Croatia versus England. No one was. Oh, I remember when Kane scored a goal. I know what you're talking about. Kane scored a goal. He was offside. Don't even need to go too much into that. There was no debate about that. The referee and the linesman did a really good job in that game. And, both teams need licks for that game. It was dull. It was a dull stalemate. Like you watch that game and staying awake must have been really, really hard. But I did stay awake. Which do you prefer, Christmas or Easter? It has to be Christmas, 100% Christmas. I don't celebrate Easter at all. I never did. And I think we have a holiday. Do we have a holiday for Easter? An official holiday? Christmas, all day. Look out for Richmas this year, guys. Richmas, come in. Richmas, I'm looking to do a few giveaways in Richmas, in the Richmas season. It's the most wonderful time of the year. But I'm looking forward for Richmas though. All right, guys, live stream is winding down. I take a few more questions, so I'll allow Football Pharaoh to go and do his live stream pretty soon. Well, okay. Did you see France versus Iceland 2-2 draw yesterday? No, I didn't, but I actually looked it up, and that was a great result for Iceland, not so much for France. Still showing up their vulnerabilities. What is your least favorite holiday? Well, my least favorite holidays has to be the holidays that we don't get paid double time and a half for at work. Those are my least favorite holidays. Like the Jewish holidays, we don't ever get paid for those and we don't ever get any benefits for those. So those might be my least favorite holidays. But my favorite holidays are like Labor Day, Christmas Day, Thanksgiving Day, New Year's Day, of course, Martin Luther King Jr. Day. We do get paid for that as well. That's my favorite holidays. Okay. Better, man. See you later. Peace out, man. Peace out, peace out, peace out. So, Football Pharaoh is probably streaming soon. But guys, man, any more questions? Do you go trick-or-treating? No, Mark Pacelli. No, I never got into it. Nah. Got into the trick-or-treating. Okay. Football Pharaoh, last question. What does the colors of St. Vincent flag represent? Oh, that's a good question, man. The yellow is for the sunshine. The yellow is for the sunshine. The blue is for the sky. Or I think the blue is for the sea, the seas. The green is for the mountains, the mountain region, because it's a really mountainous country. And the diamonds represent the Grenadine Keys, or the small islands of the Grenadines. That's what the diamonds represent. So that's a brief explanation of the flag. I hope I'm correct. I went to school in St. Vincent a long, long time ago, over, let's say, 15 years ago. So I might be a bit, stale on the St. Vincent history. But guys, that's it for today's live stream of match day 8. Well, day 8 of the 2018-19 UEFA Nations League, where I summed up all the matches and, I gave prediction for tomorrow's games. So guys, catch me in tomorrow's live stream. Make sure to check out Football Pharaoh's stream and his channel if you haven't yet done so. So thanks again for stopping by. If you haven't smashed the thumbs up button yet, please do so. If your notifications are not on, please do so as well. And until next time, peace out. Rich Squad.